Have you ever felt stuck? Like no matter how hard you try, things just don't go the way you want? Now, imagine if everything suddenly started falling into place. Imagine waking up each day, feeling at peace, knowing that things are working for you, not against you. This isn't fantasy. This is what happens when you master the art of letting go. The greatest breakthroughs in life don't come from forcing outcomes. They come from surrendering to the flow of life. But how do you do that? How do you release control and still get everything you desire? Today we're diving deep into the secrets of letting go, why it works, and how it unlocks miracles in your life. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand why surrendering is the key to peace, success, and happiness, you'll have the tools to apply it immediately. If you're ready to stop resisting life and start flowing with it, keep watching. Let's begin. Most of us go through life trying to control everything. We plan every step. We obsess over outcomes. We hold on tightly to people, situations, and expectations. But here's the truth. Control is an illusion. The more you try to control life, the more resistance you create. The more you let go, the more life flows effortlessly. Think about a river. If you try to control its direction, you only create blockages. But when you allow it to move freely, it reaches its destination with ease. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." So what happens when you release the illusion of control? You open yourself up to miracles, opportunities, relationships, and experiences beyond what you ever imagined. Let's look at the science behind letting go. When you obsess over things outside your control, your body goes into fight or flight mode. Your brain releases cortisol, the stress hormone, making you anxious. Your nervous system is on high alert, constantly anticipating danger. You become reactive, impulsive, and emotionally drained. Now compare this to what happens when you surrender. Your body shifts into relaxation mode, activating the parasympathetic nervous system. Your brain releases dopamine and serotonin, boosting happiness and clarity. Your decision-making improves and life feels effortless. Letting go isn't just a spiritual practice, it's a scientifically proven way to reduce stress, increase happiness, and invite miracles into your life. Before we talk about how to let go, let's first identify what's holding you back. There are 5 things most people struggle to release. The first is fear of the unknown. We fear uncertainty because our brains crave security, but the unknown is where growth and miracles happen. Seneca once said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." The second is regret and the past. We replay painful memories, wishing things were different, but you can't rewrite the past. You can only rewrite your perspective. The third is toxic relationships. Holding on to people who drain you prevents you from receiving better connections. True love, whether in friendships or romance, doesn't require force. The fourth is attachment to outcomes. We get fixated on how things should go. But sometimes life has something better in store for us. The fifth is the need for external validation. Seeking approval keeps you trapped in other people's expectations. True freedom comes when you trust yourself. Which of these do you need to let go of? Now, let's get practical. Here are 5 powerful techniques to help you let go. The first is the surrender breath technique. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in. Hold. Now exhale slowly and imagine yourself releasing all tension. Repeat this 3 to 5 times. This signals to your brain that you are safe. The second is the drop, the rope exercise. Imagine you're holding a heavy rope, pulling against an invisible force. Now visualize yourself letting go of the rope. Feel the relief that follows. This reprograms your mind to associate surrender with peace, not loss. The third is the write and burn ritual. Write down what you need to release: fear, regret, control. Now safely burn or rip the paper and watch it disappear. The physical act of destroying the paper helps your subconscious detach. The fourth is the trust list. Write a list of times when things worked out unexpectedly. This reminds you that life always has a way of aligning things perfectly. The fifth is the what's the worst that can happen exercise. Ask yourself, if I let go, what's the absolute worst thing that could happen? Then ask, and if that happens, could I survive it? Most fears shrink when confronted. Still skeptical? Let's talk about real-life examples of people who let go and watched miracles unfold. Oprah Winfrey desperately wanted a TV role. She thought it was her big break. She prepared, practiced, and poured her heart into the audition, but she was rejected. She was told she didn't have the right look, the right presence. At first, she was devastated. She tried to fight it, tried to prove them wrong, but no matter what she did, the answer remained no. So she let go. She stopped forcing. She trusted that if this wasn't her path, something better would come. And it did. Not long after, she was offered a different role. A role that fit her perfectly. A role that would lead to the birth of the Oprah Winfrey Show. The rejection that once felt like the end was actually the beginning of something greater. Because she surrendered, she found her true calling. She let go, and life gave her something better than she ever imagined. J.K. Rowling had a story in her heart. A story about a young boy with glasses, a scar, and a destiny. She believed in it with everything she had. She spent years writing it, perfecting it. She poured her soul into every word, and when she finally finished, she sent it to publishers. One by one, they rejected her. The first rejection came. She told herself, "It's okay, I'll try again." Then the second, the third, the fourth. Each rejection felt heavier than the last. After the 10th, she considered giving up. Maybe the world didn't want her story. Maybe it wasn't meant to be. But instead of forcing, instead of chasing, she let go. She surrendered to the process. She decided if it's meant to be, it will find its way. And it did. After 12 rejections, a small publisher took a chance on her. That book was Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. And what started as a single story became one of the most successful book series in history. Because she let go, her dream found her. A man decided to take a long trip across the world. He packed everything he thought he needed. His best clothes, his expensive gadgets, all the little things he thought would make the journey comfortable. He planned every detail, every hotel, every route, every moment. But somewhere along the way, something unexpected happened. His luggage was lost. Everything gone. At first, he panicked. How would he continue without his things? How would he survive without the security of his belongings? He spent hours trying to track it down. He called the airline, the hotels, anyone who could help, but nothing worked. The frustration consumed him, until finally, he let go. He accepted that his things were gone, and in that moment, something shifted. For the first time, he felt light. He realized he didn't need any of it. Without his luggage, he moved freely. Without his plans, he discovered places he never intended to go. Without his distractions, he met people who changed his life. What started as a disaster became his greatest adventure. He found joy in the unexpected. Because he surrendered, he experienced true freedom. Sometimes, losing what you thought you needed is the greatest blessing of all. A woman was deeply in love. She met a man who felt like her soulmate. She imagined a future with him, marriage, a family, a lifetime together. She gave him everything, her heart, her trust, her time. But one day he left. No explanation, no warning, just gone. Her world fell apart. She begged for answers. She tried to fix it, to bring him back. She lost sleep, replaying every conversation, every moment. She asked herself, what did I do wrong? She held on to the hope that he would return. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, until one day she realized something. She had been holding on to someone who had already let go. And in that moment, she made a choice. She chose to stop chasing what wasn't meant for her. She chose to let go. And as soon as she did, something unexpected happened. She started smiling again. She rediscovered parts of herself she had lost. She focused on her own happiness, her own growth. And then, when she least expected it, love found her again. A love that was real, a love that stayed. Because she let go of what wasn't meant for her, she made space for something better. A man had a dream of becoming a musician. He spent years writing songs. He played in small bars, hoping to be discovered. He sent his music to labels, waiting for a yes. But every door was closed. Every opportunity slipped through his fingers. He fought harder, desperate to make it happen. But nothing worked. One night, after yet another rejection, he sat alone with his guitar. He was tired. He was ready to quit. And in that exhaustion, he did something different. He stopped forcing. He stopped chasing. Instead, he just played. Not for a record deal. Not for an audience, just for himself. And for the first time in years, he felt free. He started playing music because he loved it again, not because he needed success. not because he needed validation. And the irony? That's when everything changed. One night, a stranger heard him playing. That stranger was a producer. That producer introduced him to someone else, and before he knew it, he was in a studio, recording his first album. When he stopped chasing the dream found him. A businessman built a company from the ground up. He put everything into it: his money, his time, his health. He worked long hours, sacrificed vacations, missed family events. He believed that if he just worked harder, pushed more, he would succeed. But despite all his effort, his company was struggling. No matter what he did, it wasn't enough. He tried new strategies. He micromanaged his team. He worried constantly about failure. And then, one day, he broke down. He realized he was burning himself out for something that wasn't working. So he made a bold decision. He let go. He stopped forcing. He trusted his team. He took a step back. He allowed himself to rest. And almost immediately, things shifted. His employees became more productive. New opportunities came that he never expected. Investors started taking interest. By letting go of control, he allowed his business to grow naturally. Sometimes, surrendering is the most powerful action you can take. Sometimes, when you stop trying so hard, things fall into place on their own. Because the truth is, miracles don't come from force. They come from trust. They come from trust. They come from faith in the unknown. They come when you let go. Now it's your turn. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, what am I holding on to that's holding me back? Am I ready to surrender and trust the process? Miracles don't come from control. They come from faith in the unknown. Let go and watch the magic happen. Comment below. What's one thing you're letting go of today? Like this video if it resonated with you. Subscribe for more content on self-discovery, inner peace, and personal growth. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this today. Until next time, trust, surrender, and let go.